Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing another anti-haul. I've started doing these monthly because I feel like they're really fun for me to do because I actually love going through like the new releases at Sephora and Ulta and kind of gauging my thoughts on how I feel about each product without actually buying it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about products that I do not want to buy because actually I think all of these, actually no, all of them except for one are definitely on my anti-haul list, as in I will not be purchasing them. One of them though I am very curious about and would potentially buy. So the first product is something that I actually got a lot of heat for talking about this brand in a previous video. So I'm going to tread a little bit carefully now because people seem to be very defensive of this brand, but I'm talking about Wishful skincare, which is Huda Beauty's like sister skincare line. So I kind of denounced the enzyme Yo Glow peeling gel thing a while ago, but this is interesting because it's a Wishful honey balm niacinamide moisturizer. And so when I first initially saw this, I was like, ooh yes, honey niacinamide. They're two of my favorite ingredients for skincare because honey is a really fantastic humectant, and it also, from my personal experience, really softens the skin. And then niacinamide is a super powerful antioxidant that does, you know, a ton of great things for the skin, including but not limited to, you know, reducing sebum production and also helping with hyperpigmentation to fade those stubborn dark marks that occur after, you know, irritation. So originally I was very excited about this product because it looks really nice upon first glance. The name of it, Honey Balm Niacinamide Moisturizer, really appeals to me. But then I looked at the ingredients and I was like, ugh. So right after the honey extract in the ingredients list is lavender oil, and my skin hates lavender essential oil so much. There are some essential oils like frankincense and also, you know, tea tree oil that my skin can tolerate really well. But there are other essential oils like citrus essential oils and also lavender essential oil that my skin just does not like. If I do use a skincare item that has lavender essential oil in it, I get these really like angry raised bumps on my skin. It's just a mark of irritation. So I generally do try to avoid essential oils in general in leave-on skincare products, but especially lavender essential oil, I do my absolute best to steer clear of. Interestingly, when I looked at the ingredients list, this actually doesn't contain like fragrance, like parfum, like that ingredient. But when I read the reviews for this product, they, like, all the reviews talked about how good this smells, how it smells like lavender. So because of that, it makes me think that there's a significant enough amount of lavender essential oil in there for it to have that really lovely lavender scent. And it is true that lavender has great benefits in terms of aromatherapy, but in terms of benefits for the skin, it's just not there. Like, it's an irritant more than anything because it's very volatile and very irritating. So if you have fairly sensitive skin and you're thinking about this moisturizer, I would caution you against it just because I feel like there's a lot of lavender essential oil in here and that could potentially be super irritating. If it didn't have the lavender essential oil in there, I do think I would actually really like this. It has ingredients like turmeric, which is kind of a, you know, up and coming ingredient in skincare. There's not a lot of research about the topical benefits of turmeric in skincare, but there is a lot of anecdotal evidence. And also, you know, seeing as I'm South Asian, we use turmeric in beauty, you know, routines and rituals all the time. So it's definitely a thing. It's just not super researched. So that's one thing to keep in mind. This also has ceramides in it. Ceramides are a great ingredient for replenishing the skin barrier. I also see some really nice fruit extracts in here. It has the honey, it has the niacinamide. So like overall, this is like a really nice ingredients list. I just wish they didn't include the lavender essential oil. And it's really not like me to, you know, bash an entire product based off of one ingredient, but because I know that my skin hates lavender oil, I'm not gonna buy this. It wouldn't be an anti-haul video if I didn't talk about GOOP skincare products. I know, I featured quite a few of them on my channel just talking about why I think they're ridiculous, but this is the GOOPGENES all-in-one Nourishing face cream. So this is $95 for 50 milliliters packaged in a jar. The claim is that it's a luxuriously rich, clinically tested, all-in-one super cream that leaves skin looking and feeling soft, firm, smooth, and moisturized for up to 48 hours. I'm not really sure what a super cream is, and I'm not sure what clinically tested really means because that is not a super regulated term or anything. But let's take a look at the ingredients anyway. So this is described as like a rich cream, and I can see why, because it has those really kind of, you know, rich, kind of emollient, occlusive feeling ingredients in it. So the third ingredient after water and glycerin is ilepe butter, which is a really like richly moisturizing type plant-based vegetable oil that's really, it's just really thick and really rich. So I don't have a ton of experience with this particular ingredient, but I do wonder how it compares to shea butter, because shea butter is one of those ingredients that a lot of really rich, thick, emollient type creams have. So I'm curious to know why they chose this ingredient over shea butter, seeing that shea butter is probably a lot cheaper, but then again, this is $95, so that's probably contributing to why this product is so expensive. This contains a lot of different oils like squalane, standard vegetable oil, jojoba seed oil, lots of other stuff like that. Looking at the ingredients, I also see some really nice moisturizing ingredients like glycolipids. I see rice bran extract. So all these ingredients are really moisturizing, they're really great. My one concern is that because it's packaged in a jar, as a rule, jar packaging tends to be very unstable. It's prone to contamination. And so when you have so many nice ingredients in here, and by the way, I don't have any qualms about this ingredients list at all. I actually really, really like the ingredients in here. My concern though is that because you have so many of these really nice, you know, richly moisturizing antioxidant ingredients in there, putting it in a jar does the entire product a disservice, because you're totally risking, you know, the breakdown of these ingredients, risking contamination by microbes. There's a lot that can go wrong with jar packaging. I really wish they had put this in either an airless pump type packaging or even like a tube, like squeezy tube package. That would be, you know, really appropriate for something like this. All right, so my lovely camera stopped recording, but I think I was talking about how, you know, you can have a really amazing product from like a formulation standpoint, from an ingredient standpoint, but the packaging makes all the difference to me. Okay, so the next product is by Guerlain, so you know it's gonna be bougie and expensive. So this is the Abeille Royale Anti-Aging Fortifying Lotion Toner. Now the INCI list in this one is really, really short, and so honey and royal jelly are the star ingredients in here. The name means like royal bee in French, and so, you know, obviously honey is a really gorgeous humectant that attracts a lot of moisture, a lot of hydration to the skin. Royal jelly, on the other hand, doesn't have as much research to support that it does anything great for the skin. Most of it is just anecdotal evidence, so I wouldn't really buy this product specifically for the royal jelly. It'd be more for the honey content in here. This also contains a salt form of licorice root, which is really, really soothing. There's also an ingredient here called Angelica Keiski extract, so I couldn't actually find a lot of research on this, but preliminary evidence shows that it can have a very brightening effect on the skin and also have some antioxidant activity. So see vitamin E in here, which is always a really great addition in any skincare product. This does contain fragrance, but without smelling it myself, I can't really be fussed about it because I don't know how much fragrance will be in here. If it's going to be like really obnoxious, like off-putting fragrance that I can find irritating on my skin, or if it's just like a very subtle type of fragrance that my skin doesn't mind. Overall, I actually do really like this toner. Like I said, I go really hard for honey, and I was on a honey kick a while ago. Right now I'm on like a rose kick, but I was on a honey kick a while ago, and I did try a lot of different honey products. So this is definitely very interesting to me. And I have also been really getting into toners lately. Toner is one of those products that I just have not really used up until a couple of months ago, when I suddenly was like, we're gonna buy all the toners. So the fact that this is a honey-based toner, I was like, ooh, this looks kind of fun. But the fact that it is $75 for just a hydrating toner is kind of insane to me. There's another new product, like a honey toner. It's the Innisfree Ginger Honey Nourishing Ampule Toner. That one is only $23 and has kind of a similar vibe. Obviously the ingredients are, you know, pretty different besides from just the honey being in both products, but it has a similar vibe is what I'm saying. And the vibe is what I'm going for with this kind of honey toner type product. So I personally feel like spending big bucks on stuff like high performance ingredients like AHAs, BHAs, retinols, those type of ingredients. For me personally, that's warranted because those are ingredients that I see the most amount of results from. For something like a hydrating product, I can achieve this kind of hydration from a urea product, from a glycerin product, from a hyaluronic type product. So it really, to me personally, for you it may be completely different, but for me personally, it's just not worth it to spend a crazy amount of money on just a hydrating toner when I can get the same type of results on my skin with a much less expensive product. I don't know if it's like an unpopular opinion, but for me, hydration is hydration. It doesn't matter how we get there. Yes, some ingredients can have multitasking effects to it, like having antioxidant activity, brightening the skin, helping with sebum production, but in general, hydration is hydration. And so why would I spend $75 on a hydrating toner if I could achieve the same feel and look on my skin for much cheaper? So the next product is from Beautycounter, and are we just gonna ignore the fact that Beautycounter is an MLM? No? Yes? I don't know. Are we just ignoring that? I'm confused. So this is their Counter Plus Overnight Resurfacing Peel. And honestly, MLMs are so predatory and I do not support them at all. The number of DMs that I get in my Instagram account starting with, hey girl, hey babe, do you wanna make money online? I'm like, go away. So based on that fact alone, that this company is an MLM, means that I will not be purchasing from them because I do not support what they're doing. But just for fun, let's look at the ingredients. This is an exfoliating acid treatment featuring acids like glycolic acid, lactic acid. This also contains some other acids like malic acid and salicylic acid. So it has a ton of different acids in it to exfoliate the skin. But why, oh why, would you include really irritating essential oils like citrus essential oils like orange peel oil and bergamot oil in here? So exfoliating acids can already be quite irritating because they can be very intense on the skin, especially in the case of glycolic acid since it is such a small type molecule. But honestly, like, why would you add more risk of irritation by including these essential oils in here? It just doesn't make sense to me. This is definitely not my preferred ingredients list for an exfoliating acid treatment. For me personally, in an exfoliating acid treatment, I want to see hydrating ingredients, I want to see very soothing ingredients, I want to see antioxidants to work together synergistically with the exfoliating acids in there, like glycolic acid, salicylic acid, whatever it is. So this is definitely a pass for me. Like I said earlier, citrus essential oils really irritate my skin. If you're not sensitive to them, maybe this would be okay for you, but this product is really expensive if I remember correctly, and also it's an MLM, so don't support it. So the last product is from Biossance, and this is their squalane and vitamin C rose oil. So again, this is a super short inky list. So the vitamin C that's featured in here is tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate, which is an oil soluble form of vitamin C. This is really important because compared to its cousin L-ascorbic acid, which is water soluble and also the gold standard for vitamin C, might I add, L-ascorbic acid can be notoriously unstable, and so even though it is the most studied form of vitamin C, you know, these other oil-based derivatives of vitamin C that are more lipophilic or, you know, soluble in oil, these can be, you know, just as effective because they're a lot more stable. This does contain some fragrance in the form of geraniol, which I can probably attribute to the rose extract in here. I'm not really bothered by this. My skin is not really bothered by rose type products, and in fact I've been on a huge kick with rose themed skincare lately. I don't know what it is. I think it's like summertime rose water, like rose face masks. I don't know, something about that is just really getting me right now. My skin doesn't seem to mind rose ingredients, so I'm fine with that. Interestingly, the second ingredient is mastic gum, which is suggested to have like a mattifying sebum controlling effect on the skin, which I think is kind of interesting because this is an oil. This is a squalane based oil. And so squalane is a really well tolerated, really kind of well balanced type of oil that's suitable for a huge variety of skin issues and skin types. I'm glad to see that they included it in here as the primary oil because it's just such a well tolerated oil. So I just think it's interesting that although this is an oil formulation, they did include mastic gum in there, which is known for its mattifying sebum controlling effect. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But overall, I think I'd be really open to trying this because, like I said, I love roses, and honestly, like I'm not really using a vitamin C treatment at the moment. There is one vitamin C serum that I need to test out from Timeless Skincare because I've heard really good things about it. Earlier this year, I had a really horrific reaction to a vitamin C serum, and so I'm a little a little nervous about trying another vitamin C serum based off of how aggressively my skin reacted to the other vitamin C serum, but I'll take one for the team. I'll try the Timeless one, but in the meantime, I would, you know, I'm gonna flirt with the idea of picking this up. It is very expensive, but I think it'll go a long way because oil formulations generally last longer than other water-based formulations, and because it's an oil, I'd only be using a couple drops at night. So those were all the skincare products that I wanted to talk about in today's anti-haul. Let me know your thoughts on any of these items. Would you buy them? Have you tried them? Are they good? Am I totally off base talking about my first impressions of the ingredients and stuff? I want to know what's on your guys' anti-haul list. What are products that you are not buying? I would also really love it if you guys hit the subscribe button to stick around for more videos just like this one. But with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching and spending this time with me. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!